In for Baccarat, and that goes in! Hugo Baccarat gives Flint City a 3-2. Buckley, the ball falls to Buckley. One-on-one with Etheridge. What a save!
Welcome into the first ever MSN All-State Media Day for girls soccer. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrett.
Ball comes in, a good head! 1-0! Shot, another save from Etheridge! Rebound, and it goes in the back of the net. The Bulldogs up 1-0! Burzma, looking for Vlasma! 3-0! Stewart Heiss with a shot! Upper 90 and in!
Effectively today here on the Michigan Soccer Network, we are launching our new division of player recruitment videos.
Mario Canoe now finds Sock. Finds Sock's got a left-footed banger. He shoots it! It's in! The Red Hawks equalize!
Joined now here by Mr. Andy FRUSHOUR, the administrator for girls soccer here at the MHSAA. And Andy, welcome back to the Michigan Soccer Network.
Great to be back. It's a great time of year, so happy to be on the show.
Awesome. So, hey, the girls soccer tournament is finally at its conclusion here this Friday and Saturday at the time of this recording. There are two semifinals that still have to kind of get underway here for the last two matchups on Saturday. But let's talk about this season as a whole. I mean, 2023, 2024, a very long, maybe a long year for you guys at the state level. But how was the overall school year as a whole?
Maybe long, but not as long as it was a few years ago. So we're happy to have high school sports as they were meant to be. Fall does seem like a long time ago, back when we were playing our boys soccer finals at one location at Grand Ledge. But it's really been a great year, and we always look forward to capping things off the girls finals here at MSU the next couple of days.
You know, the high school finals for the boys, again, first time in the history of the boys' finals that they were all at one location there in Grand Ledge. It was a great opportunity. They did them all on the same day. The girls' finals are on two separate days, on Friday and Saturday. It's been at DeMartin Stadium here for now a number of years. It's a great atmosphere because not only is soccer going on, also girls softball and boys baseball are taking place at the exact same time. So the entire area is just crowded with people.
It is. People ask me what my favorite event is, and there's a lot of great events that we get to go to, a lot of great energy. But honestly, this is my favorite event. It is the MSU campus looks beautiful that time of year. Everything's green. Between the 16 boys teams, 6 baseball teams, 16 softball teams, and 8 soccer teams, we've got 40 different schools coming into the facility over a span of 3 days. Lots of different fans. You end up getting a lot of people who are maybe not soccer fans, but they just finished watching a softball game, or they're early for a baseball game, and they swing by the soccer game because there's 10 minutes left in a 1-1 game. They want to see what happens. So there's a really great energy, and it's the end of the school year. You know, it's quite a festive situation we have over there.
The girls' state finals, now back when I was in high school, and this was obviously I graduated in 2000, but I remember the state finals were in early June, like I would say like the first week of June. And over the last number of decades, it's been pushed further along, and probably mainly because of the graduation schedules and all the things that happen. When I talk with the coaches who are playing in these finals, they're talking about the fact that the girls' season has so many disruptions to it because of prom and graduation, spring break, and all these different things. It only made natural sense for the state to say maybe we should push back the tournament a little bit so that these young ladies can maybe have some more opportunity to be more successful.
And I don't know when that change happened. I think it was before my time. But you were exactly right. Spring is the hardest time to get two schools together to play a game, especially during the district week. The district week and a half, and then sometimes during the regionals. So thankfully our schools do a great job of working together, and so we can avoid those graduations. Sometimes we're late to prom, sometimes we might miss a senior honors night, but if we can avoid that, we try to. And it's the part of school sports. You've got things happen in school. You have friends that want to come see you play, so we try to accommodate, but that's just the nature of spring sports in Michigan.
No, no question about that. You know, when we talk about girls soccer and the girls soccer season, the state of the game is different than it's ever been. And the reason why I bring this up is I think it's important to talk about this because with the fact that most of these high schools in Michigan now, because of the nuances and the cost of managing regular grass fields, playing on turf, right, which is good for schools because they get more use out of more rental and things like that. The game is faster. With the fact that the NWSL and all these women's leagues are just exploding across the country, the opportunity for the female player is actually double than that of the boys players. And I think it's important that we talk about that because there are more opportunities right now in women's soccer than there's ever been to play at the next level as well, maybe even high school.
Yeah, so there are two different things there you mentioned. One is, the fields, and certainly the turf fields early in the spring allow for us to get those schools that have turf fields getting games, practices earlier. Baseball teams often don't get onto the field until April, but those with the turf can get out practice. And certainly by the end of the season, the grass fields are fantastic. But yeah, early season turf fields really help. In terms of this kind of the state of game, I do think with all the additional training and additional club soccer, certainly the level of high school soccer has increased. There's certainly more teams playing than ever before. And so these girls are good. They're really good. And we understand that the path to sometimes your college scholarships might not be through high school. But a lot of times those girls are out playing an upper level, elite level clubs. By the time they get to be senior year, they want to come back and play with friends. And we embrace that. We want girls to be able to play with their friends, in front of their friends, wear their school name on the front of their jersey. Yeah, the girls school soccer, I think, is as good as it's ever been.
And, when we start talking about the state finals, obviously that's why we're talking here, is that obviously I remember playing in a state final. Well, I didn't play. I sat on the bench, but I was part of a team that won a state final. There's nothing, I think, at the high school level outside, obviously, graduation and the moments that you might enjoy there. But from an athletic standpoint, there's nothing that's, I think, beats playing for or competing for a state championship game. And I'm curious how the body of the MHSAA, how you as an administrator would share that experience with players out there who maybe are in that, maybe they're still middle school, or maybe they're thinking about not playing high school sports because they have this chance to go play on the academy team. I mean, there's a lot of choices have to be made, right now, these young kids at 13, 14 years old. And there's got to be a reason that pushes kids towards the high school game because it is such an unbelievable experience.
Yeah. And not every team sets out as a goal to win the state championship. Winning that district title for many schools is a great goal. And when it's achieved, it's something to celebrate. Or maybe at the next level, we're trying to win a regional championship. I think you're right, though. Like, there's something special about walking out on that field at MSU, seeing all those people, seeing, like I said, all the other festivities that are happening and playing for a state championship for your school. We know there's benefits for some kids to play year-round club soccer, but we also know how special it is to play high school sports, to represent your community, to all of the leadership lessons that you can learn. By being in the hallways with your teammates. That's a pretty special experience, and we know that there's still a prominent place for high school sports, high school soccer, in the landscape of soccer.
Yeah, no question about that. So teams are walking up their buses this weekend on Friday and Saturday. Fans are coming in their cars. What can they expect when they walk in the gates here at DeMartin Stadium on Friday and Saturday?
Well, first of all, it means you made it, because the traffic, the highways and the MSU streets right now, check the GPS. It'll get you there. So once you're entering, though, you're going to see a kind of a beautiful setting. It is green. It is exactly the way that I sometimes feel bad for the Michigan State baseball and softball teams who play in 45 degrees, gray, brown, in April. And we get it we get that part of the facility at its peak beauty. You're going to see lots of colors. You're going to see, in terms of teams wearing all different kinds of colors. I think when those girls walk through the team gate and they see all the people that are there at baseball, and they can walk by softball and see all the people flooding in, you start to realize this is a big deal. And you get out there on that DeMartin pitch and you see how closely mowed it is and how fast it is, how big it is. You see those stands, you hear the music. I would imagine pregame is about as memorable as it can be to be a girls soccer player here in the state. That's regardless of what happens during the game and who wins and loses. But I think when you're walking in, you're thinking it's a cool day to play high school sports.
Yeah, no question. So game times this weekend, and what divisions are playing at what times?
Yeah, so we play Friday and Saturday. Friday we have Division 4 at 1 o'clock and Division 1 at 4 o'clock. That's confusing. Yeah, Division 4, then Division 1. We play at 1 and 4 o'clock. The next day we'll go Divisions 3 and 2, also at 1 and 4 o'clock. So 2 games each day. And
they can watch those games on the NFHS network?
They'll all be there. And if after you're done watching one of those games, you're going to turn over to the end of a baseball or softball game, you'll be able to watch those too.
Awesome. Andy, we appreciate you stopping by here. I know you're busy getting ready here for this busy weekend, but we appreciate you stopping by and giving us a few words here this afternoon.
Thanks for what you guys do for high school soccer in this state and soccer in general. And let's have a great weekend.